Team Spence or it don't make sense. You're looking at him right there. The unified welterweight champion, August 21st. PBC on Fox pay-per-view, Manny Pacquiao. Errol, always a pleasure to talk to you. Let's start here. Is this the biggest fight of your career?
No, no, it's not the biggest fight of my career, but it is an important fight. It is, probably the second biggest fight of my career.
Okay. I mean, you got a favorite above that?
I feel like the Kell Brook fight is the biggest fight of my career. I feel like if I didn't win that, I'd still be here. I still get here, but it'll be a lot harder road to get here. And I think that, solidified me just my first world title fight to be fighting in another man's country in front of his fans, in front of 30,000, and stopping him for the title. And at that time, he was arguably, the best welterweight, in the division at the time. So, I feel like, that was the biggest accomplishment of my career, especially young in my career like that.
Errol, you put together a resume the last couple of years that is, without equal in the welterweight division. What does putting Manny Pacquiao on that resume do to what you've already accomplished?
Oh, that's huge. Like I said, Manny Pacquiao, he's an icon. He's a living legend. Beating a lot of guys don't get fights like this. I mean, if you look at the history of boxing, it's only a couple guys that, get these fights with these living legends. And, this could be his last fight. So that's even more bigger because this is his last fight. This probably going to be replayed for the next 100 years or so. So, I mean, this would be huge.
Are you motivated at all by the idea of knocking him out and retiring him, of getting the scalp, so to speak? I mean, you don't want to hurt the man, but are you thinking, man, I want to retire him. I want people to know that I finished Manny Pacquiao.
It is, I do want to, retire him, but I just respect him. I just respect him for taking this fight and just being a real fighter and taking this fight. He could have picked Joe Blow or somebody, MMA fighter, anybody just sorry just to get a huge paycheck. But he took the biggest challenge, in the division.
There were some sound bites out there, some stories on the internet that Floyd Mayweather said, I know how to beat Manny. I'm going to tell Errol how to beat him. And Manny said, Errol doesn't need any help. He's great. I mean, is that a real story? Did Floyd call you up and say, I got the insight on how to beat this guy?
Nah, Floyd called me.
All right. Because you could always tell Floyd, hey, man, I remember what happened in that 2012 sparring session. All right. Because I hear things. Okay. Kenny Porter told me some things. All right. I know you don't like talking about that, but I know some things happened. All right.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
One day we'll do a documentary about it. All right. Errol, look, you get to fight Manny Pacquiao. It's massive, but your name wasn't at the front of the list. We thought he was going to fight Mikey Garcia. We thought he was going to fight Terence Crawford. In this game, it ain't real till you touch gloves or until you get the contract signed. How did you end up getting Manny when he seemed to be, aligned with other fighters as a potential return bout?
I mean, I just got a great advisor. I mean, I basically, I've seen all the stuff on Twitter, just like you seeing with Mikey Garcia and Terence Crawford and all these other guys. And, I was just sitting back, and then one day I got a phone call from my advisor saying that, you could be fighting Manny Pacquiao. Just give me a few weeks, and I would get back to you, but it looked like a real possibility. And, he called me back and was like, you got to fight. So he's like, it's a done deal once he posted on his Instagram. He done that, so I knew it was a done deal. So, I just credit that to my, great advisor because I didn't have nothing to do with
it. Thanks to the great Al Heyman here. One day we'll get Al Heyman on camera, right? One day, maybe not. Maybe.
If I get a picture or something, I gotta get it. Okay. All
right. Tell him us media people say hi. We miss him. Let's talk about this here. I know there's a rule that boxing journalists are supposed to ask you about Terence Crawford every time, so let's get that over with right now. He supposedly has got one fight left on his Top Rank and ESPN deal. Are you hoping he comes to the PBC? I know you're focused on Pacquiao. I'm not, but are you hoping that Terence comes to your side of the street so one day we can do that?
I mean, it's a fight I'm definitely interested in, and it's really the only fight that I stay at 147 for. So, I mean, we'll see. You never know, might resign or something. We'll see.
All right, all right. I mean, do you ever shoot him a text or DM? Be like, bro, get your shit together. Come on over here. Call Al. Let's play on the same team here. Let's make memories. Let's be Leonard and Hearns together.
Nah, I mean, he does what he does. I do what I do. I mean, he does what he does, take care of his family. I do what I do, take care of my family. So, I mean, if he's happy over there, God bless him.
All right. I don't want to bring up any other bad news, but there's like lawsuits out there, ex-managers saying they're going to try to block Manny from entering the ring against you August 21st. From your perspective, is that real? Are you scared? Is there anything there?
I haven't heard anything about it, so I mean, I've seen it, on web pages and stuff like that, but I haven't heard anything about it, so I can't speculate on that.
Okay. We try not to bring up things like politics or religion into boxing shows, but Manny Pacquiao, they say he wants to run for president. Would you vote for Manny Pacquiao if you were a Filipino citizen?
Oh yeah, I mean, he seemed like a nice guy, so I mean,
Okay.
he's passing out money and giving out stuff and things like that. So I mean, why not? And he's come from there, come from the poverty, and rose up, so he know firsthand, what those people are going through who's messed up or don't have no money and stuff like that. So I feel like he definitely can help them.
All right, 2 years since we've seen Manny Pacquiao fight, but you know this. It's hard to like call him old or call him washed. He went in there against Keith Thurman and did, some pretty manly stuff 2 years ago. So how do you sort of gauge what version you're going to get of him on August 21st?
I mean, I think I'm gonna get the best Manny Pacquiao. I mean, he's the guy that just, comes in and fights. So, I'm just grading him by his old performances and especially the Keith Thurman performance, because Keith Thurman came in there, thinking he was going to do one thing and then went the other way.
Will you think you'll ever see Keith Thurman in a ring? Because he doesn't stop talking about you. He don't fight anymore, but he keeps talking about Errol Spence every time they put a microphone in front of him.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know what he's doing. He need to fight.
Okay, now he's blaming the media for making it that you don't want to fight him. So they like to blame the media a lot,
That's what he does, man. He need to get a fight, man. I came off a car crash. And I'm having my second fight, and he still hasn't fought yet. So,
all right. Maybe he's playing the flute. I don't know what he's doing, but we'll see. We'll see if he ever makes a comeback here. How do you beat Manny Pacquiao? Because that's not a guy that you can find sparring partners to easily replicate him. So, are you going to be Errol Spence the boxer, Errol Spence the puncher? What do you expect here when you guys touch gloves?
I mean, it's gonna be a range of different things. I'm gonna switch it up. I mean, my coach got a game plan, and we're gonna utilize it and come out with the victory. So it's gonna be different gears being switched and things like that. But definitely not gonna do the same thing over and over and over. I mean, I'm sure he's gonna dictate the pace, and and I'm gonna dictate the pace, and we're gonna switch up styles, and he's gonna come forward. Sometimes he's gonna back up, sometimes I'm gonna come forward, sometimes I'm gonna back up. So I mean, I think it's gonna be different style changes in the fight.
Freddie Roach says that Manny's gonna knock you out, and they're hoping that you come out guns blazing. Is the competitor in you like that too, where you're like, hey man, we're here, we're making a lot of money, a lot of people are watching, let's fight? Do you prefer if it gets action packed like it did against Shawn Porter?
For me, I mean, it doesn't matter. It's by by any means necessary to get the W. With the Shawn Porter fight, that was just more of a that was just more even doing before training camp, I was just like, I'm gonna fight him. I told my coach, my coach wanted me to box him because I was just like, man, me and him finna fight. So I mean, it's a little bit more different with Pacquiao. I ain't really got that I wouldn't say bad blood, but just that type of animosity to just go out, just guns blazing, just as soon as the bell rings, just jump on them.
All right. Well, this is the part of the interview where I have to ask you about the YouTube kind of boxing charades that we got going on, carnival fights. As a legitimate star who's entering probably the biggest fight of this calendar year, is there room in boxing for all these other shenanigans going on right now? Paul brothers, MMA crossovers. What do you think when you see that stuff?
I mean, I don't care. I don't knock anybody trying to get some money. So I mean, it is what it is. I mean, Jake Paul said that it's like he's been training and he's been training year round. He said there's interest in boxing. So I mean, if he can knock out Tyron Woodley, I mean, that'd be dope. At the end of the day, you got to fight. Boxers, professional boxers, guys with some real boxing experience. But I mean, kudos to him. I don't knock anybody that's making a dollar, especially guys like him who's making the big bucks. So respect him.
Cash them checks while they're available. That's what I always say, right? Yeah. Any networks out there, you want to put me on the screen? I'm available. All right. Errol, when last time I talked to you, you were riding horses. You were living the farm country life here. Is this still a thing for you?
Yeah, I still do it, but I'm in Airbnb right now, so for training camp. But yeah, I still do. I still ride horses. Still, well, I'm supposed to be getting the barn built, so I had chickens and things like that. So yeah, I mean, it gives me a lot of things to do during after training camp and after my fight. When I have my downtime, give me, keeps me busy, keep my mind still going, and just keeps me active. So and not on the wrong things. So I love it.
How soon before 147's behind you? I know you always threatened to move up to 54. Is there a plan in place?
Nah, it is a plan in place, but you got to make that move. So I mean, I keep getting big fights at 147, so I stay. But I definitely plan on moving up.
All right, let's close with this. If you beat Manny Pacquiao August 21st, PBC on Fox pay-per-view, where will you belong pound for pound in the world the next morning for all these boxing writers out here who do the math in their basements?
It depends on how I beat him, I think. I mean, I feel like, to be pound for pound, it's all about performances. So, if I if I stop him, I think, I should be number 2, but if I just beat him, they can put me anywhere they want to be. Put me, I don't,
maybe you could challenge Canelo for number 1, Hey, I don't
Oh yeah, definitely.
Come on, let's bring it, Big Red. I'll meet you at 160. All right. Hey, Errol Spence, great talking to you, buddy. Best of luck. Can't wait to see this fight.
Thank you.